Thanks for joining us for another parent training series. If you have not had a chance to check out our other videos, I strongly encourage you to give those a look. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe for the latest ABA news. So today, we're going to talk about another important topic and that many parents struggle with, and that's sleep. No, not your sleep. We're talking about your child's sleep. The purpose of the video is to address some of the issues that children face when it comes to getting enough sleep, and to give you different methods and strategies to increase your success in implementing effective sleep schedules. Whether this is data collection, setting up a sleep schedule, or how to reinforce getting ready for bed on time. There is something for everyone in this video, and so let's get started on it. We all know a child needs at least 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep. So how do we work on strategies to make that a more common occurrence? And also, why is sleep so important? And if you don't know, well, here's a few benefits of having a good sleep schedule. Physical health. It strengthens the immune system, reduces the risk of chronic disease, aids in muscle recovery and repair. Mental health and cognitive performance. It improves memory and learning, boosts productivity and focus, and enhances emotional well-being. Now moving on, let's talk about some issues parents typically struggle with when it comes to their child's irregular sleep patterns, which can include trouble falling asleep, trouble staying asleep, trouble waking up in the morning, wanting the parents to lie down with them, afraid of being alone in their room, and wanting to sleep in the parent's bed. So now we're going to talk about a strategy for a good sleep program. And the first thing we need to do in order to make a good and successful sleep program is to collect sleep data. And we need to record what time the child lies down for bed, how long it takes for the child to fall asleep, and how many times they wake up during the night. So here's an example of what that would look like. During the night, it is recommended that we record at least a week's worth of data before moving on to develop a sleep program. And your data can look something like this, and remember, it doesn't have to look fancy. Just know when they go to bed, when they fall asleep, and when they wake up. So now you're saying, Kyle, I've got my data. So now what? Well, now we need to look at factors that can improve your child's sleep routine. 1. Stop caffeine 2 hours before bedtime. If your child drinks caffeinated drinks or likes to eat sweets, make sure they do not have any up to 2 hours before the scheduled bedtime. This will allow for the caffeine to leave their system and to help with falling asleep. It should also be worth noting that every kid can react differently to caffeine, such as hyperactivity, or some kids can actually have a calming effect with caffeine. However, if you know that caffeine leads to hyperactivity, it should be discontinued up to 2 hours before bedtime. Number 2, check the environment. Your child's room should help your child fall asleep easily, being quiet with little or no light. Things like television, iPad, and phones should not be going in the room. If these items are present and it makes it more difficult for the child to fall asleep, it may even be helpful removing them from the room altogether. To show the child they are no longer available, thinking, out of sight, out of mind. Number 3, limit activity before bedtime. It is recommended that the child choose activities that are calming or soothing to help them naturally fall asleep, like reading a book, or a parent reading the book, or possibly using a white noise machine. Children should not engage in physical exercise, play activities, watching TV, or tablet at least 30 minutes before bedtime. Number 4, establishing a consistent schedule. A consistent schedule, bedtime schedule, is very important for your child's sleep routine. Children with autism spectrum disorder can be very rigid with schedules, and having something consistent when it comes to bedtime will help your child relax before bed and know what is coming next. Examples like, we eat dinner, then I take a bath, then I get my jammies on, and then I tell everyone good night, we read a book, and then lights out. So this helps the child know what is coming next. And you can also use a reinforcer, such as a special breakfast the next morning or a toy for staying in the bed all night. 5. Expectations. A realistic expectation is that your child should fall asleep within 15 to 20 minutes of being put to bed. If this does not happen right away, some adjustments can be made. And a common strategy is to teach your child to fall asleep earlier, and it is to start the bedtime later and slowly fade it back to the original time. This is why data collection with a sleep schedule is so important, and you can begin to see trends develop on when your child is actually falling asleep. So Kyle, what do I do if my child wants me to sleep in their bed or them try to lay in my bed at night? If a child cannot fall asleep on their own without a TV or a parent lying down with them, this is commonly called sleep association, which means these conditions must be present for the child to fall asleep. So to change this behavior, we suggest to start with sitting up in the bed with the child, then fading out to sitting in a chair next to the bed, then giving the child opportunities to fall asleep independently. What if my child wakes up and comes back into the room? Well, when this happens, it's better to not react, but to just walk with your child back to bed, help them settle back in, and then return to your bed by just saying just for tonight can set the stage for possible habits to form. So it's better that we avoid this altogether. Okay, everyone, homework time. I want you to start collecting sleep data on your child and use these strategies to formulate a plan to help your child achieve a better and more consistent sleep schedule. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and I cannot wait to see you all again. And as always, have a great day.